What's up? How's it going? I wonder how it decides like how people get on. It's kind of weird. Okay, I took a second to get on there. Up on the call. Yeah. Oh, where is our people? Oh, cool. Hello, everybody. What's up? I think everybody's on their website trying to get the stuff. It's like crack. I just went on there, so I'll be honest. I was like, I have to get this charcoal mask and oh my word, in the bar. I'm so excited about this. So let me know, welcome. If you guys made the corporate call, let us know any just little nuggets, any takeaways. Did you get your charcoal mask? Did you get your purifying bar? I had the opportunity to try the charcoal mask over the weekend and I loved it. So what I noticed is, you know how sometimes masks will kind of be irritate your skin a little bit, or just start to get like tingly and like you want to get it off. I didn't feel that way at all. If you saw any stories, any of our pictures, I had it because they only had so much. They're like, just use a portion of your face. So I put it right here. I was walking around the Ritz-Carlton, like an upside down mustache. I was like, hey, what's up? And it didn't bother me. I had it on for like at least 15, 20 minutes and then I took it off. So that was kind of fun and I'm pumped. So let me know in the comments. Welcome on everybody. Make sure if you don't see people on your team that's direct to you, go ahead and shoot them a message and get them on here. We did have 45 live last week, so we are getting a guest training. Are you guys ready for who I booked? Are you guys like so excited because you know I would get you somebody good? Rob Sperry. Oh yeah. And he doesn't do that anymore because he's amazing and too busy. But he kind of took me under his wing when I was first launching my brand. And so I think he just like tries to help me, which I'm like, I'll take it. So he is going to be doing a guest training for our team, which is awesome. And what I love about him is he's very much into getting to the point, but still nurturing that relationship. He's really big on connections, which is aligned with how I teach. So I think you guys will get a lot from it. And I'm coordinating that right now with him because he has like 25 kids and they play tennis. So we got to figure that out. Okay. So if you guys can share in the comments, welcome on. I see some new faces. If this is your first team call with us, or maybe you're a guest, just drop new. It's not going to be like church where you put the hazards on and we like come find you, but just put new so we can welcome you on. I also want to see your Thrivativity. What went well this week, right? So did you get a new customer? Maybe made a new connection on Facebook and you're starting to get to know somebody really well. Maybe you used some of the tips from last week on getting into Facebook groups, right? And starting to build those connections and those relationships and figuring out where your people are hanging out, right? Or you're just pumped about this launch. You're just like, oh my word, I love it, I love it, love it. I don't have it written down in front of me, but I do know that the beauty industry is blowing up. Between now and the next like 2 to 3 years, I think the estimates are, I don't have it written. I want to say like in the billions, it's growing. So if whatever it is, even if it's, hundreds of million, the way Lavelle is, and this is what's so interesting about the owners, Jason Camper and Paul Gravett, is that they're really, really smart businessmen too. The formulation and the experience we have as a company is next level. But now that I've seen all the different products out there as a nutritionist, our products are the best. Like I'm 100% positive that if I have any given situation, their best bet for feeling better is going to be with our products. So now that we're stepping into beauty, guess what they're going to want to do? They're going to want to dominate that category. So they're going to give us the resources and the products to do that. How cool would it be if we launched an eyelash serum? Because I have used the other ones out there and it didn't work for me. Or a really amazing serum for our hair. How many of you people have some hair people that you're like, wow, that'd be so cool if I could bring them into my world this way and offer something for the beauty segment. So not only is it just lifestyle and health and wellness, we're now in the beauty industry as well. So these two products are going to be a great addition to that. All skin types. So it's just simple, right? I know a lot of you have done skincare or have experience with it. It can be confusing. I used to work for a skincare line. We had 85 SKUs, 85. So this is just nice that it's simple. Everybody's got a little something, right? So share that in the chat. There's lots of chats coming in. So I'm so excited about that, your Thrivativity. Last couple days here in July. And I know there's a lot of great energy about rolling right into a strong August, which I'm so excited about. So let me shout out our top 10 for the month. Number 1 is Kristen Samaniego. Number 2 is Lindsay Sewell. Number 3 is Sarah Cole. Number 4 is Haley Zeidman. Number 5 is Terry Carey. 6 is Jackie Brow. 7 is Sarah Luce. 8 is Terry Manti. 9 is Allison Terrell. And 10 is Erica Mulhall. And that is awesome. Great job, ladies. Congratulations. That's wonderful that you guys are crushing it this month. Amazing job. And we are going to start off with, we're going to have Jessica on today. So I'm going to bring her on the spotlight and unmute her. Jessica is somebody that I've actually known for quite some time. She's been one of my goal diggers and somebody that we just connected right away. And what I love about Jessica is that you will see her everywhere. You will see her on team calls. You will see her in the team pages. You're going to see her, but she's not afraid to say, hey guys, I'm doing this thing and it's really working. Or, hey guys, I found this resource. Like, she is not selfish at all. She's very selfless. And she really, to me, is what a goal digger is. It's somebody who is just continuing to put one foot in front of the other to get one step closer to that goal, no matter what obstacle comes in their way. So she's going to share with you just some stuff that's been going on with her and to offer some insight, inspiration for you that you really are going to have ups and downs in this business. No one gets around that. No one is exempt from that, but it's how you respond to it that makes all the difference. So take it away, Jessica.
Hey everybody, I'm so excited to come on tonight. So yeah, like Kimberly said, April was awesome for me. April's when I earned that big check right there. I was so excited. It was great. I went to convention, everything. And then May came around. It started out strong. And then I had some big family issues happen, like caught me off guard, threw me off my game, like mentally. What was going on just threw me. And then June started and I went on vacation back home to Minnesota because I'm in California now and I used to live in Minnesota. And of course, being on vacation, so I'm a PTA president, and so some really big things came up with that in June while I was on vacation. So when I got home from vacation at the end of June, I was like, okay guys, like to myself, I'm telling myself, okay, so like I have got to get this figured out. Like I cannot go another month without like doing what I need to do every day. I was still working the business. I even got customers on vacation, but like I wasn't in the right headspace. And so I told myself July 1st, that was it. If you guys have ever listened to Mel Robbins, her biggest thing is a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So basically she was kind of in a situation where she was going nowhere and needed out. And so she just decided one day, just like NASA, when they launch a rocket, they count down, right? So she counted down one morning and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hopped out of bed early and just did her thing. And from the rest was history. So that's kind of what I did. July 1st, I was like, that's it. I'm getting up early every day, 5:30. And what really helped me decide to just get out of my own head and just change everything. I joined Beth, if she's on here, I don't know if Beth's on here. She's doing a Camp Millionaire. And I was like, oh, I need to, like, that was a really great segue for me to really turn things around for the month of July. So I joined Camp Millionaire and started doing, oh, thank you, Terry. Started doing some of her daily to-dos in Camp Millionaire. I also had made my mind up. I was going to get up at 5:30 every single day, because if you were listening to, is it Brian Tracy who did a training for us a while ago? It was the Elite Call. Mm-hmm. And he was like, if you look at all of the successful millionaires, and like he was like listing off all of the things that they do. And one of the things is they're up before 6 a.m. every single day. So I was like, all right, fine. If I want to be a millionaire, number one, I'm going to start getting up early. So as soon as I started getting up early, the biggest thing I did is I have the Bible app on my phone. And so every single morning, the first thing I do is open the Bible app and I read the daily verse, and then I do a devotion. You can pick devotional plans in the Bible app, and they actually do have some. If you're trying to do more like law of attraction type of thing and manifestation type of thing, they have some geared towards that. So there's even Bible verses that tell you kind of like, you know, the law of attraction, like it's not just throwing it out into the universe, but when you pray for things and you ask for things, you know, kind of thing, they'll come to you kind of thing. So it's the Bible's version of law of attraction, I guess you could say. So I started doing the Bible app every single morning. I also got this awesome gratitude journal. And it's just every day you write down 3 things you're thankful and grateful for. And then I write down my affirmations every single day. This is my miracle morning, you guys. And look, I do entire pages of affirmations every day. I also have these fun little cards that I did like for different topics. If I'm sort of in a hurry or it's throughout the day and I just want to quickly read them, I have these little cards I made up as well. This actually came from Camp Millionaire, do affirmation cards. I also made them for my husband. Well, I didn't, I helped them, but my husband has one. And my kids each have affirmation cards. Just one. I have a whole bunch, but they each just have one. And so I do my affirmations, and then of course learning. This is the book that I'm done with Ray Higdon's books, so I'm doing this one right now. So that's kind of like my miracle morning, but it was just like I just had to get out of my head. I was like, I have to get up at 5:30 because I'm busy. I'm a PTA president. I am, I have a husband, I have kids. It's crazy. And so the other thing I did is, if you can see behind me, all of my boards, I got extremely organized, you guys. That was huge for me. I don't have a whiteboard. These are my whiteboard, basically. So I got my whiteboard made. I got extremely organized in that. I wrote down a few little notes for myself. One thing that really actually helped me a lot, talking about groups, is I actually wrote down every single Facebook group I'm in. If you look at your list of groups on your phone, you can alphabetize it and it's easier. Write them all down and just look at them and be like, okay, are these groups like going to help me succeed? Are these groups valuable to me? If not, leave those groups, you guys. There's hundreds of groups on Facebook. But pick out some that you're going to really focus on. And I think we've heard this in training before, but pick one group a week to really be in there, be present, offering value, and trying to get your leads from. I think we've heard that before. So I really, like I said, got super organized with my Facebook groups, got super organized with my list. And so I just want to go over this real quick. As soon as I add, let's see, I add my names to my leads list, and I do follow-up steps to get them on my actual list. So my leads list is not people that are not exposed yet. Once they're exposed, I have a process that I go through, so that way I add them to like either the Do You Thrive or Thriving to Freedom or the Rockin' the Fab Life, have them like the Lavelle Facebook page, kind of do all these little steps so that when they actually become a customer or a promoter, like they're pretty much in the groups that they need to be in, other than of course our team ones. I have everything that I need to go, so that way I'm not trying to go back and keep adding this person to that group or this person to that group. Like, it was more of just getting super, super organized on how I do everything for my day. And also, so I guess one other thing that really helped me, and you want to look into that if you haven't already, is you want to pick out a DMO, a daily method of operation. I know Kimberly has one for the Gold Digger Girl, and I know that there's some in the team United We Thrive. So look at all the different ones and find the one that's going to work the best for you, and go through it, Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pick the one that you're going to follow, basically. And one other thing that really helped me actually is when we did our bingo. That really helped me get things moving as well. So Kimberly also has the daily method of operation, Hour of Power, which is awesome. If you guys can get that, that will really help. I think Kimberly has this, but
yes, I love it.
Yeah, you write down I look at my amazing planner. It says amazing things will happen. And then I look at that every Sunday night, like, who was it said they have a traffic control meeting with their husband and they talk about their week. I have it with myself, but I write down everything for the week so I know what's going on, whether it's PTA stuff or kid stuff, appointments, whatever. Write it all down so that way you kind of know, and you can have one sheet to kind of go to when it's like, oh, look, I have this much time to work my business. Then you go to your daily method of operation. Okay, what step am I on? What am I doing right now? And then, that way when there is a big sale or something new comes out, you have that list of people you can quickly message, or you have, you know what you're doing kind of thing. So I guess those were just like my biggest things, is like finally deciding to just get out of bed in the mornings early, even if that means I only get like 6 hours of sleep at night. I'm working on that. That's like my big thing, is trying to go to bed earlier. but yeah, so that's kind of what it is. And July has been insane. So I'm a big runner. Some of you might know that. I love to run. That's like my number one passion in life. And I know we always talk about our avatar. And so my avatar is a female, and she's a mom, and she's into trying to be healthy and fit her fitness in throughout her day. And so I am a part of a lot of running groups online or on Facebook. And yesterday, randomly, I was like, man, I should think of something to try to get engaged more with my running friends, because I finally figured out my avatar. And I was like, I got to try to reach out to more people that are my avatar. So I just posted, I want to do an August run streak. Okay. So I put that on my personal page. And then I'm technically a part of 4 different women running groups. One of them is like a closed, private, can't really go public group, but there's 3 other big groups that I'm a part of. And I posted in all 3 of those groups. And you guys, I had an insane response. I ended up having to create a group called the August Running Streakers. And I have almost 500 people in that group already, you guys.
It's amazing. Yes.
Yeah. And so what I decided to do, I went in there tonight and I kind of gave them tips on how to get started running. And then what I'm going to do is every single day, well, once a week, and then every single day I'm going to post something fun in there to keep people engaged. Like today, post a run selfie, or post, your favorite running song. And throughout the month, one of the things I'm going to do is say, post your favorite pre-run fuel.
Ooh, boom.
And then, maybe the next week, your favorite post-run fuel. So that's kind of my thinking there. But I want to keep the group going as long as I can, as long as people stay healthy, or want to keep staying healthy and stuff. Like, so that was kind of my thought process, because that's my avatar. My avatar wants to be healthy, and be active and be fit and stuff like that. So yeah, I have pictures of like my whiteboards that I made, and I kind of posted them in the Camp Millionaire group. So if you guys want to know what I did, I can show you. If you want to know what I do for my flow of when I have a person and they actually I actually expose them, how I go through that whole process, let me know. I can just kind of show you in a private message what I do. But yeah, that was kind of it. But definitely work on all of those YouTube videos, Kimberly, you've been posting in our group about motivation and stuff. Now that every day I take 5 to 10 minutes a day and I listen to what Haley said, is you go outside and get that real sunlight for 5 to 10 minutes a day. I plug my headphones in and I listen to one of those motivational speeches, 5-10 minutes a day in the middle of the day to get my vitamin D, because Haley said it's important. So that was a big thing too. And meditation, I added meditation to my Miracle Morning. That's been harder for me to fit in than anything else, is actually sitting down and doing meditation. So, but yeah, those motivational speeches you post, they're awesome. Like Les Brown, all of them, they're so good. So
I love them. So I think it'd be really cool. We could do a follow-up and have Jessica share with us what she's saying to people, to be able to transition them to a group, have them like the fan page. Would that be beneficial to you guys? I think it could be really cool to just see, like, so we can talk about it, Jessica, but I'd even like to see maybe some examples of screenshots with the person's name blocked out, obviously, and we can gather some up and talk about, like, how do you even bring it up? And now that you've created this group too, that's a way to add value. She's adding value to those people's lives. She found her avatar. So if you hear Kristen's training on avatar and you're like, what does that look like in real time? That's what it looks like in real time. She found her avatar. Everybody has one. Your avatar is not her running group people. Your avatar is going to be different. So instead of trying to be her, it's really just like, did you see how excited she got? She's like, my passion is running. She can go and hang out in that group all day long because she loves it, right? So there's just so many good things that you just said, Jessica. And I love how you made the commitment to work on yourself. And, it all starts with how we start our day, what we're doing for ourselves to make ourselves show up differently as a mom, as a wife, at work, in our business, and all the things. And you're the one doing the work. And that's why you've seen such a transformation in such short period of time. So thank you so much. You are amazing. And also it goes to show that it can happen pretty quickly. That she said, okay, July 1st is my January 1st, and she just went all in. So let's coordinate that, Jessica. Thank you so much. Yeah. You're amazing. Thanks, girl. Okay, so let me share my screen. We're going to jump into Instagram training and Brian Tracy. So what is her name? Erin. I always say her name wrong. I know Heather Flores, you said you read her book. Anyone else read Erin's book? Erin Gargan King, I think is what it is, right? I think I have her. Yeah, Erin Gargan King. She spoke at convention. If some of you went to convention, some of you are brand new and you're like, what are you even talking about? So Erin Gargan King is she's not in network marketing. She's actually helps people with basically persuasion. She's a marketer. She's basically helps people with social media and stuff like that. Amazing speaker. So she spoke at convention and then she spoke this past weekend. I went to Denver for the leadership retreat that Lavelle had. And it was amazing, you guys. Like this company, they take care of their people, which I think says a lot, you know. And her book is, Heather, what is her book? Is it Persuasion something? Persuasion Marketing, maybe? I just ordered it. I'm really excited. But okay, so this is what's so cool. I'm going to teach you her steps. Okay, so we're going to talk about Instagram. So one of her best friends decided that she was going to become a network marketer, and she was spamming everybody, like big time. Like she called Erin and like hard closed her, and Erin's like, dude, we're friends. What's happening right now? You know what I mean? And we can all relate to that. I'm sure all of you have done something like that. I sure did when I started. I was like texting everybody, my friend's making like $7 grand a month. Like it was so bad, so bad. And that's why I'm so against cold messaging probably. But anyways, so Erin shares the story of how she bought some workout pants from some person she didn't know and not her best friend. And her best friend was like, what, WTF? And so Erin's like, well, she was paying attention to my posts on Instagram. She would ask me like, she was telling me good restaurants when I would travel. She would like ask me questions. And then over time, it came up and I just messaged her that I wanted her pants. So it was a good lesson that there is just this whole relationship you can build with people right on Instagram, which I'm going to show you this method right now. And I'm going to show you guys how to track it with Trello that you guys can start using today. Okay, it's going to allow you, and you can do it on Facebook too, but I'm just going to share Instagram because that's what her training was. And I think all of us can get better on Instagram. Would you guys agree? So again, you can translate it over to Facebook if you want to. So this is what I drew from it. So I made this is my poll from her training. How to strategically attract warm leads and hot prospects, okay? How to strategically, because there's a system here, to attract warm leads and hot prospects, okay? Number one, identify your target market. So this is exactly what Kristen trained on, but let's go look at it, okay? Let's go see what that looks like on Instagram, okay? So let's go over to my page. So what I do is when I am prospecting on Instagram, I'll pay attention to when people comment on my stuff. That's usually how I start, to be honest. But I'm going to show you guys how this works. So what I did when I wanted to build up my following and my followers is I went to people's pages that had they had my target market. So my target market is a little different than you guys, but let's just use something that will be generic, such as Jessica's running person, okay? So if there was somebody who, a friend of mine that runs a lot, we'll pull up Jessica because I don't know if I'm even following you. I think I'm following you because no, it won't let me follow you. I'm in jail. Okay, I'm in jail, everybody. Okay, so let's pretend that Jessica's not on my team. So I'm like, I know Jessica runs and my target market is running moms. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to her followers, okay? Click her followers and it's going to show me all our followers. Now, I don't spend a lot of time on this. You can follow no more than 200 people a day, but I'm going to go through and I'm going to try to find other moms that are runners, okay? So if this is my target market, I'm going to go check out Tisha real quick, click her page. If I see she runs and she's a mom, boom, I'm following her, okay? And then Melissa, now when I go on her page, so I go on Melissa's page and I'm like, oh, fitness, faith, mom life, lifestyle. She's perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to want to pay attention to this girl and see if I can get in her world and start showing up, okay? So I'm going to grab her username real quick here. And then I'm going to drop it over in Trello. So we are going to put her name here, okay? You can also hyperlink. So if I copy this up here at the top, I can copy that and I can drop that in Trello. So you know how sometimes it's kind of hard to find people? I can just do that. Or I can put it in the notes, okay? All right, so we've got her, boom, I click her name. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow her, and now I want to get in her world, okay? So we'll talk about that in a second. Step 1, identify your target market and go find some people, okay? You guys can do that. Number 2 is I'm going to post engaging content. I'm going to show about me, but talk about them, okay? I'm gonna show about me, but I'm gonna talk about them. So this looks like, here's an example. So I have a picture of Beth and I on our page, and I talked about her. I talked about the story of her sharing with me, sharing a story, noticing I had some health issues going on. But I talked about you and you being fearful and you holding back and you holding a potential blessing. I've impacted hundreds and hundreds of people, and it's a domino effect, right? So because Beth said, hey, you want to look at this? So I'm sharing about me, but I'm talking about you, okay? So try to replace I with you. And every time you message, you guys, this is so important if you're taking notes. Every time you post on Instagram or you post in your stories or even on Facebook, I want you to imagine, it's like for Jessica, she's imagining that running mom who just wants a mile. She just wants 10, 15, 20 minutes to herself. That's it. That's it. That's all she wants in the whole freaking day. So Jessica's going to write to that person. She's going to talk about the things going on in her world and share her progress and inspire that person. So step 2 is to post engaging content. Show about you, but talk about them. 3 is this is straight from Erin, conscious custom comments, okay? Conscious custom comments. And this is going to be your homework. I want you to practice this, and I want you to come up with a system. So let me show you what that looks like. So she said what she wants you to do is she wants you to find your people, and she wants you to start engaging on their wall, their post, okay? Now, what do we all do? We try to take it to the inbox, don't we? We're like, oh, I got to get in the inbox. She said the inbox is sort of like your bedroom and your bathroom when you're giving a tour of your house. You know what it's like. You're kind of like, okay, yep, this is the bedroom, and then you just race off to the next room. That's the inbox is a very intimate place for people. So when we try to tell them what's going on and expose them, it can come off a bit much. And that's why sometimes we get stopped or blocked or ghosted. She says you build the relationship in the living room, right? That's where we hang out. We're the kitchen, living room, hanging out with your girlfriends. You feel comfortable, have a glass of wine, whatever, right? So on her page, what we want to do is we want to check out her post here. So she says today is day 1 of last week I felt behind the ball, refused to start. Okay, she jumped out of bed, whatever. So she says, it feels so good to have the time to myself. She's so your market, Jessica. You should go cross-match her. So if you feel overwhelmed, need a second to exhale, commit to waking up an hour early. I'm not a morning person. Okay, cool. So what we want to do is we want to comment on this, and we want to ask a question. You guys got it? Comment and ask a question. Okay, so I'm going to say, way to go, rock star. What do you do for your morning routine? Okay. And then I'm going to copy from Jessica. I've been digging Mel Robbins lately. Now you're probably like, that's a lot of words, right? Because Instagram, everybody's like, emoji, hat, fire, what's up? Power hands or whatever it is, raise the roof. Okay, so I've been digging Mel Robbins lately. Okay, so what did I do? I complimented her. I asked her what she's doing, and then I gave some advice. I gave some tips. So I could even say, way to go, Rockstar. I've been digging Mel Robbins lately, and finish with the question. What are you doing for your what's your morning routine? Because she might say, oh, I have all my clothes out the night before. I like to do a protein shake in the morning, whatever, right? So what I'm doing is, as she calls it, and I'll show you the conscious part, but she is doing the custom comments. We want to get away from, boom, fist bump or whatever. No. Okay. Minimum of 4 words. This is not Erin. I had learned this before. Minimum of 4 words. The algorithm doesn't like it when you just do like a little emoji or hey girl. No, you need like a whole sentence, okay? Now what I'm doing is she's going to interact with me. She's going to reply back, and I am absolutely 100% going to stand out from all the other people that comment. Like nobody ever does this, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to put her on the Trello board, and we're going to do this once a week. and we're going to keep doing it. So we've got Life as Melissa G. What I would do here is, so I find her and I'm like, I love this girl. I comment on her thing, and that's Monday. So the way I set up my Trello, it's called my Insta Nurture. I'm just picking 5 people a day. Okay, that's what I'm doing, 5 people a day. If you want to do 10, 20, knock yourself out. But if you're doing this every day, that's 35 people a week. I probably won't do the weekend, so 25 people a week. That's 100 new people a month, you guys. If I build real relationships with 100 people, and obviously I'm going to have some attrition because I'm going to be like, oh, they don't respond, or oh, they're actually really weird and I didn't know that, whatever, because you will figure some things out, right? Is I'm going to have some attrition there, but that's 100 people a month that I'm building relationships with, real relationships. I'm paying attention. I'm seeing what they're saying. I'm offering value. I'm like, oh, I just went to Denver. Do you know how cool it would have been if somebody would have said, oh my gosh, girl, when you're there, because they can see I'm downtown, you got to go hit this shop up. They have the cutest like local boutique, local clothing. You're going to love it. Like Kimberly, I noticed that you always wear like freaking workout clothes every day. But like if somebody said, oh, you got to check out this like cute workout store, that would have stood out to me so much compared to what everybody else posts. Okay. So what I have here is Monday, Tuesday, and I'm showing you an example. Okay. So I've got Mary, Susie, Jane, Sarah, Debbie. Let's say those are my 5 people. What I'm going to do is once I comment and I do my conscious comment with that person, I'm going to drop her over to next Monday. Okay, so what I've just done for myself is I'm getting on Melissa's radar. I've commented on her stuff, and now I have her on my Trello board. I am not going to go and, prospect her or expose her. I am going to go and interact with her page again next Monday. Because what we try to do, it's like weird. We don't know how often to be posting on their page, and we don't want to be like that weird, creepy person that does it every day. So they're like, okay, does she have a girl crush on me, or is this like single white female? Like what's happening? So once a week, you pick out what works out best for you, but I like once a week because it's easy for me to organize. All my Monday people, I connect with them and then I move them to next Monday. All my Tuesday people, connect with them, move them to next Tuesday. That's how I'm setting this up. So your homework is to figure out what works for you if you want to give this a go. If you're like, I like this, I like the idea of getting to know somebody better. And then like what Jessica said, she's going to do like, what's your favorite pre-workout? Like, what are you doing for supplementation? If I see that running person and she's like, oh my gosh, I just did 6 miles and I was dragging, I ran out of fuel. I can comment and say, oh, I used to do half marathons. I actually found some stuff I really love. Whatever. If you want to know more, let me know. Anyways, how's your training going? And she might go, oh yeah, tell me more. Or she might message me, or if there's an opportunity there, then I'm going to be talking about my thing. And it's going to be so much more organic than me just spamming her, because everybody spams on Instagram. Have you guys gotten any message lately? It's a little crazy. Okay. So step 1 is to identify your avatar and go follow them. Step 2 is to post engaging content, show about you, talk about them. Step 3 is conscious custom comments. I want you guys to flesh out your comments. I want you to really pay attention to what they're posting. Get to know these people. Slim it down. Just start finding a couple of people. It's not everybody. It's just a few people, okay? And then let me check the comments really quick. I'm going to give you guys some takeaways from Brian Tracy. It was crazy seeing him in real life. Like he's a very, he's later on in life gentleman. I mean, he is a legend. He's written 86 books. 86. But he is just like his health is a little, and so I think it was really even more impactful to me to know like, this is really lucky. I'm really lucky that I got a chance to see him because I always had wanted to see Wayne Dyer and I never had gotten to see him. So my goal is if there's people like that I really want to be in the same room with, I really want to go see those people. And that is very important, is the in-persons, okay? So like Jessica was saying, you got to show up differently if you want to be a millionaire. 64% of Americans believe the only way to become rich is to win the lotto. I hope that's not any of you, okay? Our riches are all different. I will become a millionaire. Some people, it's like, I just want to get out of debt. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I want to buy organic food and not stress out about it, right? 80% of millionaires are self-made. 80% of millionaires are self-made, you guys. If you want an increase in your paycheck, go look in the mirror and negotiate with your boss. It's you, and you decide what that paycheck is. We get paid tomorrow. Whatever that number is, it's you. It's the work that you did or did not do on your business, okay? So he had this thing called, he was kind of all over the place to become, he kept forgetting. So I'll tell you as best I can, but all the nuggets are here, might not just be in order. No excuses. He said, tell yourself no excuses. I'm not a millionaire, or for you, it could be, I'm not six figures or I'm not out of debt because I've decided not to be. It's my responsibility. I accept the responsibility and I take ownership, okay? These are the things to ask yourself constantly. Does it work? Whatever you're doing, is it working? Are you getting traction? Are you seeing some results? Are you like, okay, you have to be patient. So it's not, oh, I prospected for 1 week. You have to be patient. This is network marketing. It takes some time. But ask yourself, does it work? Am I making my customers happy? And we get a piece of the value that we create. You have to create value. He calls it the customer value. What do you offer to make their lives better? And I know I keep using Jessica, but girl, you nailed it. But she's offering value into that group. She's offering value into their lives to make it like, oh, cool, I'm going to go check out what Jessica posted today because it's adding value to my life, okay? So he had 10 C's. Number 1 is clarity. Clarity. Be clear about who you are and what you want. Successful people are not fuzzy. Okay, if I asked you right now, what are your goals? What do you want? You need to be clear. If it's the right thing for you, it'll make you happy. You get what you give to other people. And he said, write down your goals over and over again. And I loved this. He said, when you think it, ink it. Isn't that cute? When you think it, ink it. So write it down, okay? Physically write down your goals. Don't just think about them. So here's your formula for goal setting. This is actually the formula I follow, and it totally works, okay? Number 1, decide what you really want and be able to explain it to a 6-year-old. How about that? Right? It has to be simple, clear. A 6-year-old has to understand it. Number 2 is to write it down and carry it with in a notebook. I love Jessica's note cards because they're mobile. Have you ever just like been out and about and you're like, I forgot to journal this morning, and then you just didn't do it? Have it with you, have it mobile. You never know when an idea will come to you. Number 3 is set a deadline. If you don't achieve it, he said, set a new deadline, right? I earn this much money by this date, okay? Number 4 is make a list of all the things needed to accomplish the goal. So just kind of brain dump, mind map it out, whatever, just get it all out, okay? 5 is organize by priority. So organize by priority, what needs to happen first in what order. 6, he said, take action on your list, which is kind of obvious, but you have to take action. You can't just like talk about it and wish it, you have to implement. 7 is do something daily to move you forward on your goal. So if you had a goal to do a marathon, what would be one thing to do every day to work towards your goal? It would be your physical fitness, right? Maybe even a yoga class, because it doesn't even have to be running every day. Really, really important, okay? He says, and this is what Jessica's doing, Eat That Frog is a book he wrote. He said, don't check your email when you wake up. Don't check your text messages or your messenger. He said, do the most important thing first. She's taking care of her mind. She's cultivating and filling her mind with good things. She's not checking her email. Your email is just everybody else's to-do list, right? I want you guys to figure out what is that one thing you need to do, and I want you guys to do that first, okay? Be selfish about it. How important do you think you are? He said. You should think you are important. He said, look in the mirror and say, I like myself and I like to work. I like myself and I like to work. That's your affirmation, okay? When you complete a task, you feel amazing. Some of you on here might be frustrated with your results for July because you're like, I just kind of dropped the ball. I didn't work on my business. I didn't do my DMO. I just didn't reach out to people. You don't feel good about that. But when you get into activity, you feel really good. It's really, really important. Okay. He said, if you could accomplish one goal in the next 24 hours, what would it be? What would make the biggest impact on your life? You know, for you, it could be getting a budget. Like, get a grip. If you're like, it's the end of the month, we have no money, I don't know what's going on. Well, you don't know where your money's going. And I've had to do budgeting and get us out of a lot of debt, so I've been there. So what is that one thing you need to do, okay? Number 2 is competence. He said it's the 80-20 rule. You cannot give away what you don't have. So he said become very good at what you do, and everything else can be learned. You can learn anything. Become competent at your craft, okay? So if you're like, I'm not comfortable explaining the products, or I don't know how to tell people about the business, you can learn anything, okay? So you need to find the tools to get what you need to learn that thing, but you can absolutely do that, okay? Number 3 is concentration. Where are my ADD entrepreneurs here? Like me. Oh, Lord, help us all. So focus single-mindedly on one thing at a time. Focus single-mindedly on one thing at a time. Put your phone down, okay? Put your phone down. Just get on the computer. If you're supposed to be creating something or putting some content together or planning out your schedule, how powerful is that Sunday night session that Jessica does? What about you? You sit down with your husband. Scott and I had to sit down a lot because we have to figure out who's picking up kids and all that kind of stuff. Really, really powerful. He said, write down 10 goals a day. Rachel Hollis teaches this as well. Write down 10 goals a day and do it for 1 month. That's your August challenge. Every day, I don't care if it's the same 10 goals every day. Don't look at the 10 before, just have them come off the cuff. 10 goals a day for 1 day, for 1 month straight, okay? He said, here, this is, I've heard other people say this, but this is from Brian Tracy, okay? So I know other people have taught this, but this is from him, the man, okay? He said, here are some questions you can ask yourself, okay? Change your life with these questions. Number 1, what do I need to do more of to achieve more of blank? So whatever you want in your life, what do you need to do more of to get that thing? Could it be more meditation, mindset work, reading the Bible, getting your mindset right? I mean, everybody's different. Maybe it's reaching out to more people. Number 2, what should I do more of and what should I do less of? So it could be, I shouldn't watch quite as much TV, maybe something like that. I'm sure a lot of you can identify with that. Scrolling on Facebook. Number 3 is start doing something you've never done before. What's something I need to start doing? You know, maybe it's get a coach, maybe it's getting plugged into some kind of program. Maybe Beth is on here, so we gave you a shout out earlier, Beth, for Camp Millionaire. Maybe it's getting into her camp, getting plugged into a community of women who are lifting each other up, supporting each other. What do you need to start doing? Get up at 5:30 like Jessica. I won't be up at 5:30 with Jessica. I stay up really late. You all are amazing and my heroes. Number 4 is continuous learning. Write this down. You will be the person you are today, the person you are today in 5 years. So whoever you are now in 5 years, you will become the person based on who that person is, based on the books that you read and the people that you meet. Who are your 5 closest friends? Do they have goals? Do they love their life? Do they want to be better? Or are they just like complaining about the bills and their husband and their kids? So surround yourself with awesome people. He says read 60 to 90 minutes a day. I think that's a lot, but that's what he says. That's the average for Forbes billionaires. So if you're like, well, I'm not quite there, even if it's 20, 15, 30 minutes, start there. He said go to events. I totally agree with that. Number 5 is constraints. Why am I not already a millionaire? So if your goal is to be a 6-figure earner or is to be out of debt, ask yourself, write this down in the journal, you guys, spend some time in this. Why am I not already debt free? Why am I not? And be really, really honest with yourself and put a plan together, okay? 6 is creativity, the hour of power with your spouse and your children. I know Jessica does that. That's just a quick point because he didn't talk much about that. 8 is consistency. How can I double my income in the next blank days? So if you made $1,000 this last month, what do you need to do to make $2,000? And sometimes people will come to the leadership team that we have and they're like, oh, I totally want to hit 200K this month and I want to make like $5 million. And it's like, okay, how about this, you guys? Why don't you figure out what you made for July? So we will get paid out, tomorrow for most of it, or maybe you look at June. But I want you to figure out how much you've made, or maybe it was your volume for sales. And then I want you to pick a percentage to increase that number. Okay, is it 10%? Is it 20%? Maybe you're like, no, I want to double it. Figure out what that number is. And then he said, write down 20 ideas to get there. Take action every day. The quicker you jump in and do it, the better, okay? Go all in this business for 5 years. And Eric Worre says this in Go Pro, you have to go all in. If you do the whole, like the little dance of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, the stop, go, you don't get that momentum. Number 9 is character. Tell the truth even if it's unpleasant. Be honest, always have integrity, especially that's why I'm so passionate about watching out for Mean Girl and stuff like that. Our team, we don't have to worry about that. But just let's say somebody isn't kind to you in a message, you don't do the whole, well, fine, go ahead and trade time for money the rest of your life. Like that kind of stuff. Like we want to have integrity and character, and we want to definitely be stand-up people. And number 10, and there's actually 11 because Beth was there. He was just going. Number 10 is commitment. Okay, make the commitment. Like Jessica said, she's just like, I'm in. And 11 is have courage. He said, most billionaires have been bankrupt. He said, have the courage to persist. Make the decision in advance to never give up and say to yourself, I am unstoppable. I am unstoppable. And when you speak that kind of language, you guys, you change your entire world. You absolutely do, okay? And yeah, he's just amazing. So he has like 5 million books, so you can go read them all. I don't know if anyone knows of any like really good books of his favorite that he has. Just money. It was just like, you can do this. We all can do this. There's not one person on this call that doesn't have the ability to create whatever that they want in their lives. Like Jessica said, you just got to get out of your own way. Got to get out of your head, and you got to make the commitment that you can do it and stay into activity and work on your business every single day. You can't work on it one day a week and get the results that you want, which is really important. So that's what I have for you guys tonight. Jessica, thank you for sharing with us. We really appreciate it. And like I said, I'll coordinate with Rob. Rob's doing a guest training for our team, Beth. So I'm going to coordinate with him and get him on here, which will be really awesome. I'll let you guys know about that. And I think that's everything that we have. So thank you guys for being on tonight. And let's finish July strong. And let's have an amazing August. Have a good night. I'll see you guys later. Bye.